Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to episode 4 of my stroke recovery progress videos, my channel. Today, I'd like to talk about some of the tools that I use. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to episode 4 of my stroke recovery progress videos, my channel. Today, I'd like to talk about some of the tools that I use in my therapy. Mostly on my right side here, I've got some, I'll show you a little little foam blocks that I use to do this kind of stuff with and practice and try to work it up in my hand. And with just that hand, I try to turn it over and then squeeze it a few times, turn it this way, round and round, to try to develop some dexterity in this hand. I do this all the time, and it's really helped a lot. I mean, doing it even now, I can see a difference from a month ago, but 3 months ago, not at all. I couldn't turn it in my hand like that at all. Another little tool I use, I'll talk about later in my reading session, is this little putty here. It's kind of like Play-Doh, except it's a lot harder, a whole lot harder. I just do it, and work it over like that, and let it turn over, and just try to manipulate it in my hand, and at the same time to develop some strength in my hand there and my fingers, get a little more feeling. For writing, I've got these little things that you just maybe be hard to get it off. Yeah, I screwed that one up. You put these on your pens or pencils, hold it there like that, hold it down, and so you can write. It's really hard for me to, got an orange one too, match my shirt, camel orange. This helps me to write my name when I go to the bank. Seems the only place I ever use my signature. Other things I use is to help the feeling in my arms. You can just use like a rag that has some texture to it, you can see, and just rub it on your arm like that, rub it in your hand, hold it, and feel that little texture there. Also, I can rub it on the side of my face. Seems I'm getting a little feeling back on this side this week. This side just feels all normal. This side is just, just numb. I can feel it. A month ago, I couldn't feel it that good. I take my hand and try to find my ear. If I'm not looking at something, I can't find that ear. I look off over here, get away from looking at myself in the camera, and barely find it. Those are some of the tools I use, and so, therapy, it just doesn't stop when you leave the hospital. For me, it's been little things like these that made a big difference in helping me rebuild my balance and my strength. Other things that I use, I'm starting to cook again, or I'm taking up cooking now that I'm retired. Boy, it's really hard to cut an apple in half with a dull hammer when you can't hold your hand right. Got to be really careful. Did I say hammer? I meant knife. Hold a knife. But I had hammer on the brain because I've been using that a lot outside, doing stuff, working on this and that, keeping my hands busy, all of that. So with all that said, let's just get into the reading section this week, and I'm going to sing a new song at the end, keeping it religious for now. And I'd like to send a shout out to, I think is to Catfish Cooley. I think he's out of Louisiana or somewhere down south there. He's come to find Jesus, and my goodness, I saw that today. One of his TikTok videos. It really touched my heart. If you know him, look him up. I mean, he's come a long way. So with that said, we'll get on with the rest of it. All right, therapy, it doesn't stop when you leave the hospital. And for me, these little things have changed or made a big difference in helping me to rebuild my strength, my balance, and my feelings. I'm going to speed it up here a little bit. One of the things I started out with was the soft foam blocks. I used them to squeeze and roll around in my palm. It helps retrain my grip, getting some feelings back in my nerves and stuff. I also use the Play-Doh that I talked about earlier. It helps my, well, I messed this one up. I need to go back. We're just going to start over. Can't get the, what do you call it? The speed of the teleprompter right. Let's see if this works. All right, one of the things I started with was soft foam blocks. I used them to squeeze and roll around in my palm. It helps retrain my grip and wake up the nerves in my hand. Another tool is therapy putty. It's one that's kind of like Play-Doh, but firmer. I squeeze it, stretch it, and pinch it between my fingers, and this helps build strength and coordination in my hand and fingers, which are still numb. We can talk about a little everyday household items as soon as it scrolls up here. I also use some simple items from around the house. For example, a tennis ball. I squeeze it, roll it in my hand, or even bounce it against the wall to practice hand and eye coordination. I also pick up coins, paper clips, and even try to shuffle some cards and stuff like that to help on my fine motor skills. These little movements really challenge my fingers and force my brain to reconnect with my hand. Let me catch up again. Talk about balance and leg therapy. For my balance and legs, I practice walking heel to toe in a straight line, kind of like walking on a balance beam. I also stand on one foot for a few seconds at a time, switching legs, and stand or to work on mobility. When I feel strong enough, I also take a small step stool to practice climbing up and down safely, just like I did in rehab. Now for speech and therapy, recovery isn't just physical, it's mental also. For my speech and memory, I use flashcards, mainly, not flashcards, but my phone, and play simple word games. Sometimes it's all about loud and even sing-along songs. I messed that up, and I think if I stop, I'm gonna go back and mess up this video. But it forces, singing helps me to slow down, pronunciate words clearly, and keep my rhythm. So in closing, all of these tools may seem small, but they add up. Stroke recovery is all about repetition, patience, and keeping your mind and body working together. Some days I feel progress, other days I don't. But I keep reminding myself that's how healing takes time. I hope sharing these tools with you, some ideas, will give you or someone you love is going through the same thing. It'll give them help that are going through the same thing. Thank you for your following on my journey. Please like, subscribe, and share this video so you can we can spread the hope and encouragement to other stroke victims. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Well, if you couldn't tell, that little reading session, I don't think I did very good in. I was getting a little frustrated. I don't know why. I guess I'm just tired at the end of the day. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start up the little singing part here. See how it goes. Let's get her started. I'm satisfied with just a cottage below, a little silver and a little gold. But in that city where the ransom will shine, I've got a gold one that's silver lined. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday yonder we'll never go wander, but walk on streets that are purest gold. Though often tempted, tormented and tested, and like the prophet, my pillow is stone. And though I find here no permanent dwelling, I know He'll give me a mansion my own. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday yonder we'll never more wander, but walk on streets that are purest gold. Don't think I'm poor or deserted or lonely, and I'm not discouraged, 'cause I'm heaven bound. I'm but a pilgrim in search of the city. I want a mansion, a harp and a crown. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday yonder we'll never more wander, but walk on streets that are purest gold.